all those cytokines, all those chemokines that get started. And the reason why it's the same is because of this thing called the innate immune system. All those inflammatory pathways are basically the same. Now, we learned a little bit about that yesterday. Do you remember he was talking about the innate immune system that gets revved up in macular degeneration? And one of the things they use the carotenoids to help suppress that. The innate immune system is our first line of defense. And this is really what gets activated often when you talk about all those cytokines and chemokines and toxins and MMPs. These are all molecules that get revved up so that we don't die when we see new bacteria. One of the reasons that we survive as humans is because we're always exposed to new bacteria and new viruses and new parasites and new environments. And our body, our immune system is able to deal with that, even though our body maybe has never seen that particular strain of bacteria, or cancer for that matter. We are constantly being flooded with cancer, and we have a whole system that will basically get rid of little very low level cancer cells that pop in your bloodstream. And so we have this whole immune system that helps keep us alive. But that immune system, the innate immune system, can be really turned on by some of the things that actually are part of why dry eye disease occurs. Stress. It turns out you have receptors in your skin, that actually are activated, and your eyes that are activated by stress, by cortisol levels. So again, you can get these different surface stressors or human stressors. It could be light, it could be skin, it can be, and again, we have all of these desiccating areas, these desiccating insults, what basically turns on a whole lot of different cytokines. I'll try not to bore you too much in that area. It then activates the immune system here. These are lymph tissue that occurs both in your lymph nodes, you have local lymph tissues in your conjunctiva, and then it sends out effector molecules. But what happens is you get a cascade of events, and it ultimately results in these enzymes, which, by the way, are trying to keep you alive. Because what happens is that when you have these surface stressors and you start revving up the system, your body thinks, your eyes, your skin, it thinks that this is they think it's like a bacteria or a virus and so forth, and you got to keep yourself alive. And so this cascade of inflammatory events is really designed to keep you alive, but it's inappropriately being activated. And all these different cells get activated. Okay, it's the innate immune system that gets activated in dry disease. It's the innate immune system that gets activated in rosacea and skin disease, And the end result, which is why they come to us, is that the corneal barrier, the conjunctiva, and glands get destroyed. Again, this innate immune system, which is getting activated because inappropriately, the system's getting revved up because you're in a windy, an environment like this, where we're in the air conditioner is blowing on our eyes and it's making us dry. And our body thinks that this is an insult from a virus, but it isn't. And what happens is that these enzymes, which are designed to kill viruses, to kill bacteria, to kill different things that come into our body that our immune system hasn't seen before. We have not developed immune response to a lot of these things. Those immune cells are going to release enzymes that are going to attack it, but it ends up attacking your own body. And so you have things like the cornea gets broken down, the conjunctiva gets destroyed, and goblet cells get destroyed. And then you actually have meibomian gland disease. I mean, that is really the thing that you have to sort of think about. Lots of things occur, but the end result is that tissue gets destroyed. Cornea gets destroyed, conjunctiva gets destroyed, and your meibomian glands get destroyed. Now, this aspect, this inflammatory cycle, has to be broken. And we're always talking about that on dry eye disease. You have to break the inflammatory cycle. We have the opportunity of breaking it at the systemic level.